For the first time, men and women have collectively agreed that Angel Reese was tripping when she got fouled by Caitlin Clark, even though Angel Reese caused the first foul.
Angel Reese just got caught in 4K shoving her own teammate Natasha Howard before flopping like a fish after a standard foul from Caitlin Clark.
Take us through the flagrant foul from your perspective, just what you saw in that play.
Basketball play, refs got it right. Move on.
This was pure panic. The Fever were up nearly 40. Clark was cooking, and Reese was busy turning a loss into a Broadway audition.
After Angel Reese fouled Shotty trying to get the ball, but Shotty ain't getting mad. The minute Caitlin Clark reached for that ball, she want to flop to the floor and try to throw hands.
On May 18th, 2024, Indiana Fever versus Chicago Sky. Angel Reese, the WNBA's self-proclaimed queen of chaos, once again made headlines. This time not for any highlight play, but for pushing her own teammate in the back and then flopping like she got body slammed by The Rock. I'm not joking.
Then when you look up close and personal, you see it was a basic foul. They gave her a flagrant foul for this. How? That baby had foul, bro. You about to throw hands and...
This game didn't go viral because of insane buckets or buzzer beaters. Nope, it went viral because Angel Reese got exposed in 4K in real time, with commentary dragging her from every direction by men, women, fans, haters, and everyone in between. Now, here's where it gets wild. Right before the whole Caitlin Clark flagrant foul episode blew up, the cameras caught Angel Reese shoving Natasha Howard, her own teammate, during a rebound. And when I say shove, I don't mean a soft nudge. I mean a full-on two-hand launch that would have made NFL linemen jealous.
Not to mention, she hit the ball. You decided to go flop over, trying to pull a LeBron James. No disrespect to the GOAT, but I'm happy that majority of men and women collectively agree on the internet that Angel just got a problem with Shotty for no reason at this point, bro.
Like, I've seen less aggression in rugby scrums. Natasha got blasted and just kept moving because she's a pro and not a crybaby. But where were the refs? Apparently they were on break, maybe checking their phones because nothing, absolutely nothing was called. No foul, no whistle, not even a raised eyebrow. The footage exists, clear as day, but the officiating crew must have been too busy watching clouds form in the rafters. Meanwhile, Angel's fan base was out here calling it a love tap. A love tap? Girl, that was an eviction notice in motion.
Rebecca Allen goes up for a shot. I believe that's Rebecca Allen. Angel Reese pushes Natasha Howard in her back. Angel Reese shoves Natasha Howard in her back. That's how Angel Reese gets her rebounds.
And you know what's the funniest part? The internet wasn't having it. For once, the entire world agreed on something. Angel Reese was out of line. Even her usual defenders were like, nah, girl, you messed up. And that's rare. You have to be doing something really reckless to get ratioed by both sides of Twitter.
But Angel Reese is famous for the nice little, out my way, girl. Let me grab that rebound. It's a foul every time, but she's famous for it.
Now fast forward just a few seconds. Caitlin Clark, who had just watched Reese bulldoze Natasha Howard like a toddler throwing a tantrum, did what every high IQ basketball player does. She committed a take foul to stop a fast break. Standard stuff. MJ did it. Kobe did it. LeBron does it every third quarter. This ain't new. It's called playing smart. But no, not in Angel Reese's world.
Caitlin Clark sees this push, points at the referee, hey!
Angel goes full Shakespeare. She flops, she spins, she crashes to the floor like she got hit by a freight train. We're talking Oscar-level acting here, and I'm just sitting there thinking, girl, are you okay, or do you need a SAG card? Because this wasn't basketball. This was drama club. It was so extra, you'd think Caitlin had pulled out a steel chair and gone WWE on her.
Caitlin did take a take foul, did try to prevent the easy basket. That is indeed the case. Though in the midst of that, of course, I think there was a little extra spice.
And while all this is happening, social media loses its mind. But not about the shove, not about Angel knocking over her own teammate. No, they're losing it over Caitlin's foul. Like, are we blind? The woman just trucked her own squad member and no one blinked. But the moment Clark plays defense with actual basketball IQ, everyone suddenly has something to say. Make it make sense.
Because Reese had shoved Natasha Howard right before that, and Caitlin saw it. It was right in front of her face. Reese shoved Howard in the battle for the rebound. And then Reese was definitely heated. mean, there's no question about that.
It's insane how fast the narrative flipped. Reese was literally caught on camera using her arms like battering rams and still got painted as the victim. I mean, if hypocrisy was a sport, Angel Reese would have swept gold, silver, and bronze in one event.
Take us through the flagrant foul from your perspective, just what you saw in that. What happened?
Basketball player, refs got it right. Move on.
And let's talk about that flop one more time, because she didn't just fall, she performed. She hit the ground spinning like a washing machine stuck on high, face twisted in mock agony like someone just broke her spirit and stole her lunch money. Meanwhile, Caitlyn stood there like someone who got pulled over for going 5 over the speed limit. Calm, unbothered, professional, and guess who got the flagrant? Yeah, you already know.
A flagrant one? I don't think so. I think it was just a hard foul. And I think Angel Reese overreacted. And to me, Angel Reese gotta stop this role. Like, you're not a villain. You're not that. Honestly, she to me is like that bully that will always give you a hard time until you punch him in the nose.
Let's be real. Angel Reese's biggest play this season has been convincing people she's being targeted when she's out here throwing elbows like she's leading a demolition crew. And the funniest thing, every time she gets fouled, it's the end of the world. But when she gives the foul, crickets, dead silence, no replays, no commentary, just the sound of selective amnesia kicking in. And don't even get me started on how this has become a pattern. We've seen it before. Angel gets physical, shoves someone, then acts like a poor, delicate flower the moment someone returns the favor. It's the oldest trick in the victim handbook, and somehow she's still fooling people with it.
She needs to worry about learning how to win too, because I really believe the real reason why she got mad, for 2 reasons. The person who fouled her is Caitlin Clark, and she got a lot of resentment for her. And also, she's embarrassed. Her team is getting annihilated by.
This is the Angel Reese rulebook in action. She can push, she can hit, she can bulldoze her own teammate, and the media will still hand her a tissue and call her brave. Meanwhile, Clark makes one strategic move and suddenly she's the villain in a Disney sequel. You can't make this stuff up. And all of this chaos, all of this drama, all of this staged soap opera nonsense started with that one moment, Angel Reese using Natasha Howard like a piece of gym equipment, a teammate, not even an opponent. And somehow, we're supposed to pretend that didn't happen? Sorry, but I'm not rewriting reality just because someone wants to play the role of misunderstood underdog.
Then when you look up close and personal, you see it was a basic foul. They gave her a flagrant foul for this. How? That baby, he had foul, bro. You about to throw hands and crash out about that foul?
At the exact moment Angel Reese hit the floor like she got sniped from the stands, the scoreboard was doing the real damage. Let's not sugarcoat it. The Indiana Fever were absolutely dismantling the Chicago Sky by nearly 40 points. 40, not 4, not 14, 40. That's not a loss, that's a basketball funeral. And Reese? She wasn't reacting to any actual foul. She was reacting to a public televised humiliation that she couldn't outrun. Not with a fake limp, not with a flop, not even with a social media sob story.
Caitlin Clark with a standard take foul to send Angel Reese to the line instead of giving her an easy layup. But Angel Reese just goes berserk, fires off, drama ensues, opening night drama. Of course, the Fever went on to win by like 40. Caitlin Clark had a triple-double.
This wasn't about the foul. It was about the embarrassment, the kind of soul-crushing realization that you're not just losing the game, you're losing the narrative. Caitlin Clark was out there casually stacking a triple-double like it was her daily yoga routine. Meanwhile, Angel was busy rehearsing dramatic falls and crying for sympathy from a crowd that's already over the act.
Sucks that the reality is for the next 10 to 12 years, we're going to get unnecessary discourse between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese over the dumbest things ever. Y'all making narratives over a take foul?
You could literally see it in her face. The desperation, the panic, the need to turn attention away from the scoreboard and back onto herself. Because when your team's down by 40 and you've got nothing to show for it but sweat and poor attitude, you either put your head down and grind, or you throw yourself on the hardwood like a toddler denied a happy meal. Guess which option Angel chose?
Really? We all know this is going to be a forced rivalry for years to come, but don't start painting narratives about one hating the other. It's pure competition. And to her credit, Clark has a point. That was a routine take foul that everybody in basketball has seen.
And then came the post-game meltdown. Angel's PR team must have worked overtime that night because social media turned into a full-blown circus. Hashtags flew faster than passes. Fan edits cropped out the shove on Natasha Howard. Threads turned Caitlin Clark's textbook take foul into some kind of WNBA war crime. You'd think Clark ran someone over in a parking lot the way people reacted. Meanwhile, the very footage of Angel shoving her own teammate with the force of a moving truck practically vanished. Not even a whisper on ESPN. TikTok? Dead silent. Twitter? Pretended like it never happened. Let's be real. The video told the whole story. Angel Reese created the chaos. She lit the match, doused the floor in gasoline, and then acted like she was the one caught in the fire. And yet somehow, the narrative that caught on was Caitlin being the aggressor. The flagrant foul wasn't even about basketball. It was about feeding a media narrative that needs a villain, and they were too lazy to look past Clark's ponytail.
Do you have an issue with Angel Reese's reaction to Caitlin Clark's flagrant foul?
Yes, and I have an issue with the way she reacted. I have an issue with the way it's being handled by her, by the Chicago Sky, everybody involved.
And you know what? This whole thing would be less pathetic if it was just a one-off. But it's not. This is Angel Reese 101. It's a pattern, a recurring saga of emotional outbursts dressed up as passion. Every time things don't go her way, she doesn't adjust her game. She adjusts the drama dial. Back in this very same game, she shoved Aaliyah Boston. Yes, Aaliyah Boston before Caitlin's foul even happened. Because that's what she does. When the ball isn't bouncing in her favor, the elbows start flying.
I have a problem with it being called a flagrant foul. It's a take foul. It's an understandable. First of all, can we give the whole picture? The only reason Angel gets the ball is because she shoves Aaliyah Boston in the back. And Caitlin sees that, and she's like, you know what? You're not getting a bucket off of that. I'm going to put you on the free.
And let's not ignore the wildest transformation in sports right now. Angel flipping from bulldozer to delicate flower in seconds flat. One moment, she's clearing space with brute force. Next moment, she's curled up on the floor like she just got hit with a flying brick. How does that even happen? Is it muscle memory? Is it a reflex? Or is it just elite-level acting that deserves its own IMDb page? Because guess what? The camera never forgets. And this time, it caught everything. And if that flop made you laugh harder than her stat line, go ahead. Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more truth they won't show you on ESPN.